Okay, it's 14. Let's make sure this is streaming. It is. Okay, good. Probably gonna drop those pressures down like one click. Oh, let's bring those up. Yeah, we'll leave that there. I gotta change this lighting on my camera, but I'm gonna throw down some laps real quick. So far, and I only got like 3 laps in. Oh, let this dude go around. Didn't give me a blue flag or anything. I changed my force feedback on here. Feels way better now. Kind of changed the camera too. Who is this in front of me? Nicolay. Need to not scrub so much speed through there. See how this is going to handle with more downforce. Let's try and keep up with Nicolay. Oh yeah, I've got him on the straights. Look at that, I'm gaining. Rear end just happened to pop out.
Yellow flag is set.
Yeah, dude, I changed my force feedback, and it's feeling a lot better. I'm being way smoother. I can feel things more. bad. I've already like caught back up to him. Well, started to coach back up to him. It's like 6.1 now. Damn it, I missed the apex. Good. In the pits. By the time I get back around, like, I won't have any fuel remaining. They're still quite cold. Obviously, I just came out. I haven't even done a full lap. My pace isn't too bad. I need to be more careful on that corner.
There's a slow car, man.
I'll probably brake a little later there.
Yellow flag, be careful. Yellow flag accepted.
Gotta gain 3/10. shit. Oh, am I?
Well done, mate. Personal fastest lap.
Let's clean up that last corner.
Yellow flag in sector 1. Car on the left. Player on the left.
This lap was shit.
Yellow flag is in. Watch out in front.
Teammate, what's up?
Not a whole lot, you. Just got stuck in that traffic back there. I changed up my force feedback so I could now I'm feeling a whole lot more. My force feedback used to be really light, and then I stiffened it up, and then now it's back to, and now I found a nice middle ground.
Yellow flag in sector 1. Yellow flag, be careful there. Well done, mate. The fastest lap so far.
Damn it. I could probably catch well, definitely catch Skeen. I could probably catch Jartsev. This time I have to remember it's a 2-hour race. 2 hours. And I'm cutting back on my energy drink consumption, which is great, even though I'm drinking one right now. I ended up getting my girlfriend some energy drinks. It was like buy one get one free or something like that. So it was all Monster. So I got her 3 drinks, and I got me. This is probably their best flavor. I work swing shift and I'm blue collar, and so it's like and I'm ADHD, so caffeine is like the nectar of the gods. But I have been easing up off of that, and I got me some coffee. I got me some coffee links. Coffee links. No, nothing in it. I got it yesterday. I just haven't thrown it away yet. It's sitting right there on the little table where my TV sits. But I got beans. I got a 1 pound bag of beans. I just haven't brewed them up yet. I like the Brazilian beans because they're smooth and rich. How much time do we have? Oh, we have a 30-minute quali. Wow. Okay, let me turn this light on up here and then start getting ready. Be back in just like a minute. You'll probably be able to see me moving around in here. There we go. I lit up some incense too. My hair's a mess. I need to brush it. I just kind of woke up and just like got on here. And right now, I should probably get changed because right now I'm technically wearing thermals. So I'm technically wearing underwear. It got quite cold out. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna turn my heat down. Turn it down a little bit because it's gonna get hot in this room. But oh yeah, so it got cold out. So I've been dressing a little warm. But whenever I sim race, it gets quite warm in here, especially fighting this force feedback. Even though that this is just a T300, I have a T300 RS GT. So it's like the little Gran Turismo logo in the center. But even with a 300, T300, it's a very low Newton meter, very low torque. But it's like when you're doing this for 2 hours, you feel it. By the way, with energy drinks, I never like chug it. It's always just like a sip. And in fact, what I've consumed on this video, it's like that's more than enough. I'm like down to like right here. That's more than enough for me. In fact, a lot of times like when I have energy drinks, I like, yeah, they taste good. So I will want to consume more, but a lot of times I like push it out of my way. I'll keep it somewhere else so that way I'm not going to it. Damn, look at LeBay throwing down a 43.3 on his opening lap, on his setup lap. By the way, what is the BOP here? Okay. BOP is -15 for the Lexus. Yeah, those sound about right. The McLaren +4. I don't think the Lambo should be +6. I've stopped. I kind of stopped driving the Lambo because like I noticed like the BOP is kind of not in its favor. Wait, whoa! I saw there it is, a -40. The V12 Vantage is a -40. I'll stick with my Lexus, thank you. I've been driving the Lexus. I've been driving the BMW M4. M4 is a pretty solid car. I find it very similar to the Lexus. It kind of has a lot of like similar quirks to it. I only came in here so I can get a new set of tires. Let's also drop this pump stop just a little bit. Try and get like braking and. In fact, let's open this up some too. Give me a little more distance so I could rely more on the wheel rate. Try not going too far with it. I already made some drastic moves with it. But yeah, I changed this camera view. It's a lot better. I probably I also need to maybe pitch up. Maybe one more click. Maybe 2 clicks. Maybe raise the height just a tad. Actually, let's pitch back down like 1 click. There we go. Yeah, like right there, especially during that compression, it's like I can feel the wheel tensing up. There's a lot more like dynamic play where there's a lot of loose end, but then a lot of tightness too. And I could feel a lot more detail. Wasn't as hard on the brakes, and then once I got past the kind of turn-in point, I was a little aggressive on the brakes, kind of overslowed the car. Too much. Yeah, we'll leave it at 58. No one's behind me. between third and fourth gear is pretty good right there. I need to hang on the trail braking a little longer right there.
Yellow flag acceptable.
If I drop down into the second right there, I gotta watch the throttle. Need to stop getting on the throttle so early.
Yellow flag, be careful there.
I need to be a lot more aggressive, kind of like with that corner. A lot more aggressive with my engine braking. Don't want to be sitting in last place, 22nd place.
Yellow flag acceptable. Yellow flag ahead. Chain in front.
There we go.
Cross the vessel.
No! I was 3 to 4 tenths up! Come on! The car was feeling great! The car was feeling great! Everyone crashed. Everyone crashed. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna use my keyboard so you guys can't see the password.
Green light.
Oh
Green light.
man, I hope I saved that setup. That was feeling amazing. No, I didn't. I kind of faintly remember what I did though. Excuse me. And we got 11. let's go to the Discord. Damn it. Now my Discord isn't even loading. Oh, let's hurry up and jump back in there. I love having this little keyboard.
Green light, show.
Free practice, 30-minute quali. This little keyboard right here, that's what I'm using. It's a little Bluetooth keyboard. Got it at the thrift store for $8. Still has a tag on it. Connects to my PlayStation. Does pretty well. Connects to my phone too. I'm reading the Discord right now. Looks like we have different temperatures too. Let's bring that down to 800 newtons. Bring this down to 58. You know what? I'm not gonna. You know what? I will change that. And we are at 11 degrees. More than likely, it's gonna be 11. So I need 3. I'm gonna bring that rear toe out too. Very pointy car. Very pointy. It can be pointier. It can be pointier. Sitting here flipping my knife. I don't know if I can show a knife on YouTube. But I've got a little pocket knife in this hand right here. You can see it just barely. It's one of my favorite pocket knives. In fact, I have a knife hanging from my neck right here. Because I always have a neck knife on. Oh, back up to 14. Come on. Don't even know if I want to get out there already. I'm gonna give myself like 3 extra liters. Server crashed. I don't know if he reset it or if it just straight up crashed. Um, oh. They called it. They called it. It's a postpone. Damn. There's a big weather storm going on in where the server is. Damn it! I was doing so well, too! Yep, they postponed it. Well, damn. Yeah, LeBay ended up posting a photo of the weather over there and where the server's located, and yeah, it's not looking good. Damn. I opened my door to keep it kind of cool in here, and yeah, it is. It's a bit chilly in here now. Well, now that I'm awake, I'm gonna be going back to swing shifts now. Come Monday, so I tried sleeping in a little more. Tried sleeping in a little more because normally I'd be up at like 4 or 5, yeah, anywhere between like 4 to 5 o'clock in the morning, so I could be at work at 6 in the morning. But now I'm on going back to swing shift, so I'm gonna be up all night. So yeah, it was fun while it lasted, being on day shift for a couple weeks. Nice thing is I have a long weekend. I had Friday off, so I had yesterday off. Nice time to rest and get back onto the sleep cycle. But I got off in the evening on Thursday, and then I had Friday off, so I had half a day on Thursday, Friday off, Saturday off, Sunday off, and then since I go back in on swing shift, I have half a day on Monday, so I practically have like a 4 day weekend. That's a lot different than when I went on to day shift. Going on to day shift, my weekend sucked. I worked a Friday, and then I got off Saturday morning. I had Saturday off. I had Sunday off, and then I went right back in on Monday morning. So I had like 2 days to change my sleep cycle around, and had no weekend. So that sucked. But now we got this. So I'm gonna change that car because I like having the Lexus as like my background. The Lexus is such an awesome vehicle. I love it. I can't wait to get LMU and jump into the Lexus on there. And I haven't been following them, but I heard they're getting a new Lexus car, so that'll be cool. So yeah, I like this car. It's not highly competitive. I think out of all of the cars, like the top cars I looked up were, I just pulled a blank for a second. Ford Mustang, 296, BMW M4, um, Porsche 992, then Lexus, then I think the Huracan Evo 2, and then the 720S. Like, all of those cars are like some of the top performers. The Ryder Engineering. Nobody ever talks about the Gallardo. I was just watching a dude the other day. He was on LMU and he raced with Ryder Engineering. He was in like the LMPs though. And then I don't think I've ever raced with the Jag. No. Same thing with the Bentley. I don't think I've ever raced with the Bentley. That is a cool livery though. I like the green more. Ooh, that white and black one is pretty cool too. That one's cool as well. That one's alright. That one's alright. I like this one more than this one. That one's cool. I like that one. Oops, don't want to start the session. I love the little bow on my car. The little pink bow on the front, like on the hood. Every time it pops up, I'm like, ooh, I like the little bow. Or no, it's not a bow, it's a butterfly. That's what it was. A butterfly. I don't even know what it's for, but I see it on there. I like this livery way more, so I just race with this one. You got it. Let's see here. Design. Yeah, you have this one. You don't have much to choose from. Yeah, you have like two of these like white and blues. That blue one looks pretty cool. That white one does look kind of sharp. Yeah, the butterfly. The butterfly in this livery. You can see it right there by the A-pillar. Where the A-pillar and like the hood meet. And then this one was on the hood. Oh, they also changed where the number's at. I like where the number's in the front versus the middle. But yeah, I like this one. And then you can't do anything with that. That's the unfortunate problem with the Lexus. But yeah, look at that time. 217.2. Yeah, that's my fastest around Spa. I've seen people dip into the 16s. Even like mid to high 16s. I don't know how they do it, but they do it. Yeah, I don't race at Spa too much. I'm starting to like Paul Ricard a lot more. I used to hate this track, and now I actually kind of like it. I still hate Monza. I hate Monza with a passion. It is the worst track. It is the worst track in the history of tracks. I hate Monza. Everyone's like, oh, Monza, Monza, Monza. What time are you doing there? Are you doing a 147, a 146, a 148? You go into any like social media like groups or something, and they're like, oh yeah, my lap time around Monza is like 206. And I'm like, everybody like compares their times on Monza. I hate this track. I hate this track. Its layout sucks. All it is just two straightaways. That's all Monza is. Two straightaways with the shittiest chicanes, especially turn one. And then all of the beginners just flock to Monza. You go to any open lobby like public race, and it's just Monza, 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 Monza. It's probably because they don't have to make any turns. You just have hard braking in the first corner, and then you have sector 2 where it's just like a little difficult. Oh yeah, you just trail brake just slightly. And then you go back full throttle again. And then you brake a little bit for parabolica, and then you go back to full throttle. You spend like the entire like lap full throttle because it's practically a straightaway. Misano's cool. It has a nice flow to it. I don't get to race there too often. Hungaroring, I've raced here plenty of times. I've won here. I've done quite well with Hungaroring. Not the best at it, but I mean I guess I could say that with all tracks. I'm not the best at them. Brands Hatch, I'll throw down some freaking laps around Brands Hatch. That's a fun one. Just gives you no time to breathe. It's not an overtaking track, so you got to be on your toes. Barcelona, I don't. It's fast and it'll eat your tires up. Nürburgring, oh yeah, that's my top one. Nürburgring GP, I really don't care about the 24-hour Nürburgring. Everybody loves the Nordschleife. Don't really care for it. Is it fun? Is it cool? Yeah. Is it overhyped? Absolutely. Paul Ricard, like I said, getting better at it. I used to hate this track with a passion, and then I started like learning how to balance like the car because the biggest thing that I had why I hated Paul Ricard was that you had Sector 2 being one of the longest straights. Not saying the longest, but one of the longest straights. And then you had Sector 3 and Sector 1 that was all just like late apexing, like slow, mid to slow speed corners, aside from that one corner coming out of the straightaway and like a couple of them right after. But it was all just like late apexing, medium to low speed corners. So I struggled with finding the balance between having fast straight line speeds and also being able to be fast in the corners. And so you kind of have. I like this. I'm starting to like this track because it's a balance. You know, some people you'll see some cars like be really quick around down the straights and then they'll be slow in the corners, or you'll see some cars be slow in the straight line and then be quick in the corners. So I like this because it's a cool balance. So yeah, I'm starting to like Paul Ricard. I used to hate it. You pull up any of my previous videos where I was at Paul Ricard and I'm like, I absolutely hate this track. But now I'm actually kind of liking it and respecting it more. Also has a pretty cool cut in it. So if you're ever just like hot lapping and you want to just like make massive cuts, you can just cut right through the track.
Can't believe what GP Ortal did. Exploding head.
I know, I saw that. I was throwing down some good lap times too. And I jumped in like 20 minutes left of practice and like set like a P6 or like anywhere between like P8 and P6 and then in like a few laps. And then in the qualifying lap I set like a P3. And then I was 4/10 up on that when the whole server crashed. I was in sector 3. I was 4/10 up on top of that time, and then the server crashed. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. I was about to throw down like a mid to low 43s. Back to the track layout. Silverstone's a classic. High speed corners. It's a classic. Spa, a classic. I've been using Spa more as like building setups and stuff, just because it kind of has a little bit of everything. It's more high speed than anything. Valencia, I love Valencia. I do pretty well here, especially in the Porsche Cups. Oh man, I love Valencia in the Porsche Cups. Zandvoort, I do pretty well here. Especially Sector 2. Sector 2, it's like going into Sector 3, it's like a lot of late apexing. And coming from rally racing, it's like late apexing is kind of my thing. I can always improve, though. Zolder is like the better version of Monza because it's practically like 2 long straightaways with chicanes. It's basically Monza, but it's better. You don't have like everyone piling up into turn 1 like at Monza, but I think this should be a good beginner's track. I think beginners should go to go to Zolder instead of Monza. And also the straights aren't that crazy long, so you can run higher downforce. You can run a more aggressive car when it comes to cornering, but it still feels like Monza, but better. 24-hour Nürburgring, like I said, it's the green hell. I've crashed here countless times. Yeah, I crashed here countless times. I don't race it too often. I do like its layout, you know. Um, but yeah, is it challenging? Yeah, of course. Imola, classic. Just ask Ayrton Senna. That was pretty bad, but I thought it was funny. I do think, yeah, I do think Imola though is a good combination between having like really fast like straight line speed versus like cornering. It's a pretty decent track. I mean, I'm not too bad at it. I'm not the greatest. Red Bull Ring. This one's a fun one. A lot of overtaking points. A lot of areas. Well, a couple areas where you can make big mistakes. It's a pretty fast track. I like it.
Fun fact, Imola is actually my strongest track.
Oh, no way. My strongest is Nürburgring GP. Nürburgring GP circuit. And my worst is probably... What is my worst? I do hate Monza. If you haven't heard that already, I hate Monza. I could throw down 47s there.
My worst is N24.
Yeah. Yeah, I do crash there quite a lot. I think I throw down like eight teens, high teens into the 20s. I'm not crazy fast at it. I love the smaller British tracks. Like where I was getting to is Oulton Park, Snetterton, Donington. I love Donington. Yeah, Snetterton. It seems like everybody hates these like these small British tracks, aside from Brands Hatch. Snetterton reminds me of Eagle Canyon Raceway. That's what Snetterton and kind of Donington Park. Both of them kind of remind me of Eagle Canyon Raceway, where it's like you don't have like crash walls, crash barriers like right up against the track. It's basically if you make a mistake, you go through an entire field. That's kind of what it reminds me of. But Snetterton is pretty flat. Donington has some hills to it. That's where it reminds me of like Eagle Canyon Raceway. Eagle Canyon Raceway. Let's show it real quick. There we go. It's kind of bright, but that's Eagle Canyon Raceway. I went there when I worked with. In fact, you can kind of see it right up there. My hat and my hoodie. I got the chance to work with Rapscallion Motorsports, which do like WRL events. They do Mazda Miata racing. So we did I got flown down there and did a WRL event. You can kind of, it's really bright. Yeah, Eagle Canyon Raceway. It's in Decatur, Texas. But it's a lot of like elevation change. Well, there's a little bit of elevation change. Your pit is like right up here. So you come around this corner. It's, clockwise. I can't even, it's counterclockwise. So you're going around this way. That's the final corner, and then you go into the pits, and the pits are like right on the top of this long straight, and that's where the start-finish line is. So here's turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, turn 4, turn 5, turn 6. You get my point. But this like right here is like a hill. You come up, like you're up here, and then you drop down, and you kind of keep going down this hill. But yeah, watch some. I stood like right here. on in the pit, and our cars would come in, and I wouldn't physically do the refueling, but they would pass the jugs off to the refueler. They would jump the wall, refuel it, and then I would grab it on the other side of the wall and then take it and weigh it and go refuel, like fill it back up immediately. But I would watch like a bunch of cars like slide off like right here. So, but it's all just one big open field. And so I did that in 2024, February of 2024. Unfortunately, things didn't go too well. Well, I mean, they went well, but they ghosted my ass. So I was kind of pissed, but I was like, oh well, I still had an opportunity of a lifetime. I just won a Porsche, like a Porsche Cayman GT4 championship, and then there they had like our pit box was like a couple stops away from a Porsche Cayman, and every time it would come in, I'd just be like, ooh, there it is! I was just on the simulator. So yeah, they had the Aston Martin GT4 there. They had let's see here, they had a Ginetta. They had a Ginetta there. They had the Mercedes. They had a Porsche Cayman. They had like a GT4, and then they had some like hypercars too. I'm not sure what class it was considered, but it kind of reminded me of like hypercars. But yeah, they didn't have any GT3s there. Like GT4s were like the quicker of the class. But yeah, the Aston Martin. The Aston Martin, it was like reddish looking, you know. Oh my gosh, I'm doing a GT4 starting next week on Sunday, and I selected this car. And dude, every time I'm driving it, it takes me back to when I didn't race but when I went to Eagle Canyon Raceway, because this Aston Martin, and when you're watching it, it'll be like super quiet. It'll be like,
BTW
and
Lexus
then
is my fav GT3 BC. It sounds like an Aussie supercar.
yeah, it does sound like an Aussie supercar. But dude, the Aston Martin GT4, dude, it's super quiet, and then the moment it gets up to you, it has like this deep, bassy rumble. It's just like, every time it would go around the track, I was like, I know the Aston Martin's there. Yeah, it's just, it was pretty awesome. They had a lot of like BMWs there too. We raced three Miatas MX-5s. Let's see here. This is gonna be hard to show. I'm just gonna put my phone up here. But I got to stand on the podium, so that was pretty cool. Oh, go away. I hate it when I close my notifications and my Kindle, or no, Audible pops up. Yeah, I have some videos and photos and stuff of me there. Yeah. That's me. It's kind of hard to see all standing out on the podium. We won one of our classes. There's another one. Still hard to see. Where am I at? Oh, I'm in the back. I'm like way in the back. You can't really see it. Pit stop. Hard to see, but yeah. Refueling. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh, it's so hard to see it. So let me turn down this. I wonder if I turn down the brightness. Yeah, there's the Aston Martin. Two of them. Not yet. There's a yellow one behind it too. Oh yeah, you can definitely see that one. Um, there's the Porsche Cayman team. Hell yeah. There's our car up on the dyno. This one's a video. You can't really see it or hear it because I've got headphones in. See if I could turn it up. That's the one that won it. There's kind of from my perspective. Yeah. Them refueling, fire bottles, the pig mats. Oh yeah, there I am. That's me. The BMW. Right on the pit wall. Oh yeah, I took this one. Them refueling the Porsche Cayman. That's how close our pit box was. So not very far away. And I was like, oh, I just raced with that one. Um, there I am on the start, like there's me on the pit lane before the race started. Oh yeah, I forgot they had these. Yes, Gazoo, Toyota Gazoo Racing was there with the Supras, a couple of the Supra GT4s. Oh yeah, yeah. There's the Janetta. It's hard to see the Janetta coming out onto the pit lane. Um, there I am with our car, the MX-5, one of the MX-5s. This is what kind of cost why they kind of ghosted me. They got the very first LMP4 car in America that week. That arrived there. I actually physically put my hands on that and pushed it with the team. Yeah, that arrived like that week. It's like a $250,000 car, all carbon fiber, super, super low ride height. Like just so there's the asphalt right here, like the blacktop, and then you go into like concrete. That's a slight raise right there. And dude, it was like bottoming out as we as we went up, as pushed it up that. But yeah, I went down there and did pretty well, and then they were supposed to give me some follow-up calls, and they never did. And then they said, "Oh yeah, we're going to give you a call on today, on this day." Never did. And then I'd call them back and be like, "Hey, what's going on?" Oh, sorry, we got busy with the new car, you know. We'll call you back tomorrow or something. Never did. And then eventually, like after 2 weeks, I was like, "Okay, that's it. I'm done." But yeah, sim racing kind of took me there. There was some Porsches and BMW in one of the garages, Eagle Canyon Raceway. This was kind of a cool photo. You had you have the Ligier, the LMP4 car. You have the Supra GT4, and then you have, it's really hard to tell because it's white, but that's the Janetta, and they're all like going out onto the track. So yeah, it was pretty cool. Got to have some killer freaking food. Dude, I ate so fucking much there. I ate so much. Dude, I would just go back and get more food. And then like an hour later, I'd go back and get more food. Dude, I ate so much. It's not even funny. And it was just a weekend. I got there like Wednesday and then left, I think like Monday or Tuesday. I think it was Monday. But yeah, I ate so freaking much. Oh, you know what? Now since I'm right here, I want to see something. Stats. I want to see what my fastest time on Watkins is. A 43.7. What did I do just now? Yeah, I'm getting better with the CPL league. Dude, it's just everybody's like so freaking aggressive. It's just 100% aggressive the entire time. And it's like, dude, you're like, if you just let up and kind of just bring your elbows in just a little bit, it's like you're already losing places. And also, it's like you have to be on the edge the entire time, but also if you just like dink, just bump someone and they lose it, that's it. 45-second penalty. That's what happened last race. I was on the inside of a left-hander on Imola, and the dude just like comes by and just goes, cuts in front, like he's going wide, and then he changes lanes and in the corner, and as he changed lanes, I let off the gas and I went dink, and he went spun off. And I got a 45-second penalty from that. 45-second penalty. Because the dude changed lanes, and like the moment he changed lanes, I let off the throttle and went dink, and then he spun and went into the wall. 45 seconds. You shouldn't have changed lanes while I had the inside. And then I even lifted. Like, what'd you want me to do? Did you want me to just like slam on the brakes? What I should have done is probably as he changed lanes, I should have went on the inside. And then he would have been screwed. I would have pinned him to the outside. But yeah, wasn't too happy on that. And it was on my live stream last week, and I was just like, well, too bad. You know? I was just like, oh, well, you know, you changed lanes and got right in front of me where there was only like 1/8 of an inch, you know, left, expecting me to just slow down. You're the one who changed into my lane. In fact, you know what? I have it right here.
CPL is pretty sweaty but very friendly.
It is sweaty. It is very sweaty, and I like it, but I don't like it in some aspects. Oh, it didn't save it. It didn't save it, because it'll happen on, like, lap 3. But yeah, I put him in the wall. And I'm like, oh well, dude, what do you want me to do? It is sweaty, and it's teaching me to kind of get my elbows out. It's teaching me to get my elbows out, and I have noticed, like, throughout the season, I've been improving, and I've been, like, climbing. I've been going faster and faster and faster. You know, like, last week, I was at Imola, and, you know, I thought it was a 90-minute race, but it turned out to be 2 hours, so, like, my whole pit strategy was, like, all screwed up. But I was able to hold off onto, like, P4 up until towards the end. P3. I lost it to P4, and then the one dude just, like, rear-ended me in the last lap, and then just, like, took off. Yeah, I'll show it again real quick. He lunges up the inside. Yeah, here it is. I'll go from his perspective.
The game wouldn't let me save replays.
Yeah, so this is a fight for P4 in the last lap. He lunges up the inside, and then Boom. And then I lost the place due to that. And then finishes like that. And then I was furious. Don't do this. Don't do this. Absolutely don't do this. This is not good sportsmanship, but I'm like still right behind him. And then I slammed him into the wall. I slammed him into the wall. Bam! Like, fuck you. So yeah, I'm like, dude, you freaking slammed. I did it. I deliberately did it after the race. Probably shouldn't have. Probably shouldn't have done that. But I'm just like, dude, fuck you. You crashed into me and took me out of my position on the last lap. So you're going. I'm gonna break your fingers. But yeah. Boom. The camera view from the other side from his perspective, makes it look like I have like a lot of tire slip than what I do. Because when you look at it from his perspective, it looks like I like drift around that corner, like right here. See? But it honestly is like when you look at it from my perspective, it's just like an aggressive slipping. You know, I wouldn't even say aggressive slip angle. But it is a slip angle, because you can hear my tires kind of squealing. I didn't put a ticket on this, because I did slam into him after the race. But if I didn't slam into him after the race and I put a ticket in, I would have easily won that. You can't drive through a car like that. Did I park it on the apex? Yeah, absolutely. You dove in on me. But yeah, I wish I had the other clip though. I have it on my live stream. You can go and watch it there. Where yeah, I'm going around the corner and he just like changes lanes, gets in front of me, and I lift and just go dink, and he loses it, and then like goes into the wall, and I get a penalty. I get 45-second penalty for that. A 45-second penalty. Bullshit. Like, if I would have, like, been on the throttle and I deliberately, like, slammed into him or something, or was, like, let's say, late on my brakes going into a corner and I slammed into him, okay, 45 seconds, okay, 30 seconds, 45 seconds, sure. But I'm going around the corner in Sector 2 where you're just flat out, and he cuts in, and then I have to lift off, and even with the lift, it's like, you get just, dink, a little bump. It wasn't even a hard hit. I think I have it in here somewhere. I don't have it up. I have it on replay though. Oh yeah, so that was all last weekend. I try and keep my clips like for a week, just in case I need to bring anything up. But yeah. Anyways, yeah, that was it. I don't know what else to do now. I don't know what to do. Maybe go and practice. Maybe jump on PMR until I get pissed and then shut it off. PMR's getting better. It's getting better. It's still not where I want it to be. The force feedback still needs tweaking. force feedback, the physics, because the cars still are kind of rear end slidey. The force feedback needs improvement because, like, you can feel all the little detail of you hitting bumps and stuff like that. Like, you can feel that, but it's like you can barely feel the weight transfer. Then when you turn the wheel, it just feels like a rubber band. When you turn it, it just stiffens up, and then I'll even go more. I'll give it some more just to kind of feel what like the slip does. Because when you overturn it, the fronts can't grip anymore, and you get understeer. But your wheel should go light at that point. But in this, it just keeps getting tighter. And basically everything is off of like audio cues. Audio cues and feeling where it's like, okay, it's still going tight, but I notice the car is going straight. Here on ACC, when I turn and I go give it a little more, I could feel the front end slipping. I could hear it, and the wheel goes light. And then I bring it back until I could feel like I could feel it stiffen up a little bit. So yeah, you're just always kind of sitting on that like edge where it's like stiff, light, stiff, light, stiff, light. You're kind of teetering right there. But yeah, PMR doesn't do that. It's just like tight, 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 tight. You could keep going and it'll just be tight. Tight, like your wheel will be heavy. Well, that's what I meant. But one, they need more tracks, they need more support, more players. I still prefer ACC by a long shot. I thought PMR was going to be a pretty good game, so I bought it, like pre-ordered it, and it turned out to be a big dud. And just I keep playing it like every now and then, only because I purchased it. And they've been releasing a lot of updates, so I've just been keeping it on my hard drive. There's been moments where I would take it off of my hard drive and play something else. And then they'll do another update, and they're like, okay, I'll download it, see how the update does. And then it usually sucks, and then I get pissed, and then I delete it. But now with this 2.0 update and the GT500 cars, like, it feels way better. It feels way better. It's still not there yet. I probably wouldn't, like, it probably won't really be there until, like, another, 6 months. But I also hate its user interface. I hate its relative on the HUD. You have this, it takes up, like, I'm going to try using this. It takes up, like, the whole left side, like, the side of the screen, and all it is just shows you the car and then the delta, how far away they are from you. Nothing else. Doesn't tell you their make, doesn't tell you, what class they're in. It does give you a different color, but it just takes up this whole space, and like all it tells you is a relative. You can condense that down into a much smaller HUD. Yeah. But yeah, and then no brake ducts. It's like it allows you to change your tire pressure, but it really doesn't mean anything. Change your tire pressure, change your, and then it plays with like the temperatures, tire temperatures, brake temperatures. And I do like that how like if you slide a little bit, like it'll heat up and then it'll go right back, it'll slow down and go like right back to temperature. On ACC, it's like you could slide for a good amount of time and it'll kind of quickly go back down. Or if you slide a lot, it hangs out. So I kind of like the tire pressure or tire temperatures of PMR, especially the little HUD, the little widget, because it'll show you a real time of it heating up, and then it'll show you a real time of it bringing it down. Like ACC almost takes long for it to heat up and then long for it to go back down. But I still prefer ACC hands down. I'm just saying that there's a couple little elements that I do like to PMR, but its physics suck. You know, they're getting better. Its force feedback sucks. For a while, I thought like having individual like force feedback for each car was going to be kind of cool, but not really. There's some elements on there that need to go into like a general force feedback. There's no steering lock or steering angle like adjustment. Like pretty much my wheel is all 900. They started adding like a little soft lock, but it's like every time I had to go into the game, I had to go into the pit. I had to start a race, go into the pit, and then change force feedback. It's like I shouldn't have to do that in there every single time. So, but yeah, force feedback needs to be changed. Optimization online is absolutely horrendous. I don't race online. I just jump on there and do single player until I get pissed and then jump off. But online, it's constant bad rubber banding, and it's very toxic driving. You know, when you're online, there's no leagues for it yet, which I wouldn't join a league anyways. But yeah, PMR is pretty bad right now. It's getting better, but it's pretty bad. I think though, its launch absolutely killed its game. Absolutely killed it. It had a massive hype from everyone, and then it didn't deliver on any of it, and it just killed it. And now you have like a player base of like 40 people. That's what Kirith said. He said there's like 44 people online on Steam. But yeah, the player base is really low. So at this moment, I wouldn't recommend it. Maybe in a year it'll like come back. But honestly, at this point, I'm just waiting for LMU to come to council. That's where once, like, I love ACC, but once LMU comes to council, I'm probably going to spend all my time there. But yeah. Anyways, that's kind of the end of my live stream. This kind of has just turned into like a little talking session since the race has been postponed. I am going to jump in there because I haven't jumped into Discord yet. Yeah, they closed the server down. That is the one thing that I do like about this championship is that they only open the server up for 4 hours before the race starts. 4 hours. That's the only amount of time you get to practice. It feels just like a real race, you know, where you only get so much time of like practice. So that part's kind of cool. But for me, it's like 6 o'clock in the morning when it opens, and I get off of work at like 2:30, 3 o'clock, sometimes even 4 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes I don't even get home until like 4:30 in the morning. Then I try getting some sleep, and then I get back up, you know, and then do this race. And I don't even get full practice, and by the time like qualifying comes, it's like I have no sleep. So probably wasn't the best idea. But anyways, yep, that's it. I'm going to close it here. So unfortunately, everything's been postponed. I'll probably change that in the title or something. But anyways, thank you very much. I'll let you guys know when the next race is going to be. It's definitely going to be I've got one race tomorrow in the evening, and then I have my rally event. It's currently sitting P2. Haven't won the first 2 rounds. So I'm kind of behind. I need to play catch up. And then next week, Saturday of next week, I think I have another round of this. Let me check real quick. I think I have another round of this, the World Series. I'm not sure if I have a Shooting Stars event. I think I do. I think I do have the Shooting Stars, though. Let's take a look. Yeah, so I have another round of this, unless it gets postponed and shifted over. Um, I do not have Shooting Stars. Shooting Stars is until April 18th. And then I start the ARL Sundays Constructors Cup, not tomorrow, but the following, or like next week. That's where I'm going to be in the Aston Martin GT4. That's going to be a fun one. And then, yeah, so that's kind of my schedule. So tomorrow I have Elite Racing in the evening. Saturday of next week I've got the CPL World Series. Then Sunday I have the multi-class GT4, GT3 Constructors Championship, where you're actually in with a constructors team. Kind of like when I won this one with the Lexus. I want to do GT4 because I have Porsche Cup, GT2, GT3, Rally, and then I have in my closet a GT4 from a different league, but I want to get an ARL GT4 trophy. So I signed up with the GT4. Plus, I like the GT4s. So yeah. Anyways, that's it right there. Race got postponed. I will see you guys tomorrow evening. Peace out.